Hello there, WindHunter here again, and I'm about to bring you a Pure Frost Mirror with 30-minute length. And it's kind of one of those matchups where it's pretty common, actually, for some of the better replays to go 30 minutes, because Pure Frost, more than anything against itself, has a very high capacity to recover and stay alive a long period of time. Especially because it's kind of like the best counter for itself, where War Eagles go down quickly to Sages, Sky Elves, as well as among other things such as Stormsinger, Gravity Surge, Defenders. On here we see both of them take a well right across from each other. Kind of surprising to see this kind of aggressive gameplay. And actually, I'm going to pause this for 1 second. In order for me not to butcher his name, because I know I would, I'm just going to call him Mora. And I will butcher the other player's name, because I like pronouncing it Freemka, even though I'm pretty sure that's not the correct way. If someone could please tell me the correct way, I'll make sure any replays in the future I will pronounce correctly. But I will just say, Mora is the player to the south, and Freemka, player to the north. Both Pure Frost. And here we go. And immediately we see Ice Guardians, which is kind of the staple of a Frost Mirror. Actually, all we should see for the next 30 seconds to a minute is just Ice Guardian spam. And it's kind of like the sad fact of this matchup that no matter what, it always turns into Ice Guardian spam. And here we see this Frost Mage just almost kills those Master Archers. Till we see saw a Frostbite on it. Still, that Frostbite does take away from the fact that he could use more Ice Guardians, and really something like that actually does affect this matchup. Ooh, there we see a very good Glyph of Frost, but at the point in time I don't really think it's going to matter. It doesn't look like Freemka has the units to take advantage of it, and he is wrongly attacking a unit with a shield instead of destroying that unit that had no shield. Oh, there the shield goes back up. And here we have Mora with multiple Ice Guardians. In fact, he has 2 more than Freemka, and he's focusing down those other ones while taking down that well. And it doesn't look like Freemka really has a chance right now to recover from this well, and it looks like he might lose it this early in the game. And here we can see that Morathyls has like a plethora of Ice Guardians. He loses 2 there, but is able to take down 2 himself, right there. And now we have 4 Ice Guardians to 1, and I'm really trying to estimate how many charges each of them have left. I'm guessing they still probably have like 8 or 9. Meaning if Tier 1 continues, we'll see even more Ice Guardians, especially because Mora will have a large amount of them left over. There that well goes down, and Freemka begins to retreat. He should actually be able to get all 3 of these away, especially because it doesn't look like Mora will want to lose their shields on the way back. There we go. Yep. Looks like all 3 are going to escape, but Mora now has this advantage due to the fact that he killed the well this early. And Freemka wasn't even able to get the 100 power out of it needed. And there we see a very quick Tier 2. It looks like they're both just going to leave their ice barriers there. I'm surprised Mora is not killing Freemka's. Having kind of ground presence inside of your base is actually a very powerful thing, especially later in a matchup, which is kind of one of like the big assets that Ice Barrier brings to Frost in general, is the fact that it's very, very cheap ground presence, which really can't be underestimated, especially in things like Aura of Corruption, or if you have spell-based attack in Tier 3, which, you know, spell-based attacks in Tier 3 have really been kind of brought down with all the recent nerfs. And here it looks like we're going to see both players start with a shield tower, which is one of the things Freemka is kind of like known for, is Ice Shield Tower and North Star. I'm actually kind of surprised he's not using a North Star already. Perhaps he doesn't have the power for it, or he thinks he's going to win this no matter what. It looks like he's just confident in his abilities, and looks like we're going to see a Seraph Templar. A very smart Ice Shield on that War Eagle by this Ice Shield Tower, and it looks like it's placed in the perfect position. Look at that. it can basically reach an entire area of War Eagles to be able to attack that well. Oh! He just barely saves as well. It looks like Morathyls really should have actually summoned the Irish Knight there at 12 health. He would have been able to kill that. But instead, Freemka was able to save it with the Cobalt Trick, and now with the Sky Elf Templar. And it looks like Freemka kind of has this defense all wrapped up. He's able to kill his opponent's most of his attacking force, even though he loses his Ice Guardian to that War Eagle Scream. And now we see it looks like his Irish Knight's going to go down. I'm kind of surprised he didn't retreat it or just bring it far enough back to get an Ice Shield on it. And it seems very possible this War Eagle is going to get killed. Nope. Saved by the Ice Shield, but still, he really should think about pulling it back at this point. There it is. Along with the Storm Singer. And at this point, Mora is actually ahead 4 wells to 3, and there we see Freemka take his 4th. And I'm thinking Mora really should be keeping on top of trying to keep ahead in wells this entire game, because he definitely has an advantage at this point in time, even with the failed attack. Looks like instead he's going to go for a Mountaineer attack. A kind of risky move, but at the same time, Mountaineer is really not something you see inside of Pure Frost all that often. In fact, it's like Pure Frost is commonly regarded as the absolutely worst deck to use Mountaineer in. Here we see that that Storm Singer was kind of fended off by this Ice Guardian or scared away. And here we see a Mountaineer down here by Freemka. Looks like they're both carrying it. Though I find it less odd for Freemka to actually bring a Mountaineer due to the fact that he doesn't use Tier 3. There we see the North Star, the thing he's famous for, and it was really powerful. 25% longer freezing and 50% more damage done to cold units, which itself seems to be bugged at this point. And it instead does 50% more as in if the opponent were not frozen and you use home soil. So North Star just goes like this insane amount of damage. Here we see this War Eagles kind of just pass by each other and able to do anything. And it looks like Mora could lose this wall down here if he doesn't pay enough attention. Oh, there he goes. He actually seems to repair it without Cobalt Trick, something usually you don't see. And up top, he retreats his Mountaineer very smartly to keep it from getting killed at low health.
Your forces are under attack.
And it appears as if that shield he put on it was actually from the Ice Shield Tower instead of from his actual non-attacking. And here we see this War Eagle go down and this War Eagle go down, both the same exact thing. Actually looks like this one might be able to escape if he pulled this Sky Elf Templar up to attack, but it looks like it's not going to happen. And here we see this Mountaineer is fully healed this one time, and the War Eagle seems to perhaps escape. Oh, instead, yep. It looks like the War Eagle is actually, nope, there goes dead. And here we see a Mountaineer again attacking this well, and it lost to the War Eagle last time. Maybe this time Freemka will kind of move it around more, get the shield back on it in order to save it from that War Eagle. And if that War Eagle were actually closer to the well, he actually would be able to kill it with the Mountaineer, due to the fact that Mountaineer splash damage actually affects flying units, even though it can actually not attack flying units itself. There we see this well went down. Very good job by Mora. And it looks like he's going to bring this Ice Shield Tower down. But he should lose his War Eagle to this. I mean, he should lose his Mountaineer to this War Eagle, but he really could have saved it with Ice Shield Tower. Oh, there he goes. Very good job. And down bottom, we see that this Sky Elf Templar just goes down to the other ones, and it looks like this well is in very deep trouble. A kind of bad cold snap that really could have gotten this Sky Elf Templar over here. But all the War Eagles that he's summoning, Mora that is, are going to go down pretty quickly to these Sky Elves unless he can get rid of the Sky Elf and the Storm Singer. Actually, right now, especially with Ice Age, which is just insane, 50 health regen per second on those shields, it looks like he's going to have a very hard time fending off this attack. And even though Freemka has lost 2 wells at this point in time, this is kind of the snowball effect. You can't let him get up around you. It looks like he's got quite the attack force going on right now. We see another Ace Age. And even though that Sky Elf Templar was very low on his shield, you can see it just keeps going up no matter what. You basically need 2 sages on him just to get his shield down, let alone actually killing him. And there we see Morathyls lose another Sky Elf Templar. But up top he's on the attack again with this Mountaineer. And if he moves it around enough, he really should be able to do something good with it.
Your forces are under attack.
Actually, it just seems to be out of range. He should really shield it here in order to make sure. Oh, very good shield by there. But Morathyls loses well down there, and Freemka has a significant attack force. Very, very diverse, which is really what Pure Frost's strength comes in as. Pure Frost isn't strong because it can spam 3 War Eagles at you. Actually, that's a pretty bad attack force. It's strong because it can do something like this and have complete air domination and one of the best siege units in tier 2. You ever see that Stormsinger go down and double cold snap? Getting both sides. Up top you can see that Mora's Mountaineer went down. He really should have retreated farther, let it healed up. I'm not sure why he continued to attack after he put the Ice Shield on it. But it looks like he also lost his Ice Shield tower. And he's also, looks like, in deep trouble up here. Has the possibility of losing this well as the one down here. Oh, here we see this War Eagle by Mora was able to get that Screech off. Kill the Stormsinger and the Mountaineer. And the fact that Freemka no longer has any ground presence means this really could turn in Mora's favor down at the bottom. But it looks like he lost as well up here to the Stormsinger plus War Eagle, and it just appears there was too much pressure for him to keep up with at that point in time. So there we go. We have Mora's lost 2 wells along with Freemka losing 2. And it's actually evened up despite the fact that Freemka lost a well at about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. It actually appears like Mora could lose his 3rd well here. He's able to save it there, but whether or not it'll actually stay up is another thing. Up top it looks like we're going to see another Mountaineer attack by Mora, and he's had very good luck with these so far, at least for the most part. But as you can see, that North Star keeps him frozen for 25 seconds, which is definitely enough time for the Stormsinger to do a little damage to him, but his shield for the most part negates it. And it looks like this well, oh, he barely got that Cobalt off. Had he not, he would have easily been able to get that well down. And he really should be walking that Mountaineer around in order not to lose it. There it goes, lost it to the War Eagle, and Freemka did another nice job of saving that well. Down bottom here, it appears like Freemka has 2 Sky Elf Templars just kind of sitting here, which really isn't a good idea because they're taking up 200 power they could be using somewhere else. But here we see Mora go tier 3, and Freemka obviously won't really be able to follow him, so he only brings tier 2, along with the Mountaineer plus Ice Age combo. But he's going to put up a lot of pressure here on this well, and I'm going to kind of see it as hard for Mora to be able to block this, and look, he's still going to have to use his tier 2 units, especially because War Eagles was still probably his strongest M counter, even though he just went tier 3. Down bottom, Freemka finally got ground presence, and now this well is in really deep trouble. Ooh, very good save, quick reflexes, but it looks like he's just not going to be able to keep it up due to all the attack power, and there it goes. Over here, he's lost his other well, which means Mora has now lost every well he's built, and he's only relying on his the 2 he had before. But he has a lot of power, a lot of void, and he has a bunch of tremors running around, just blowing things up. I wouldn't be surprised to see this entire base go down these tremors, but at the same time, it looks like this base itself could be in very deep trouble. There we see, even though they're nerfed, the tremors were able to get, their ability was able to break through that glacier shell, but he turned away from it anyway, due to the fact that there was a Sky Elf Templar on it, healing it. But down bottom here, even though he is kind of defending just with a tremor, looks like he's able to hold it off. And over here, this timeless one base defense was able to also save this orb. Now that both of his orbs are saved at this point in time, looks like he's really going to focus on putting the pressure on Freemka. And there goes the first well. And this orb should drop in literally a matter of seconds. Oh, a good War Eagle Scream is kind of negated by that shield there. Still, first tremor falls. But looks like I believe his ability should be off cooldown. And there a good cold snap, and there goes that well. So like I said, this entire base has been killed off. And it looks like these tremors could be going off to the right. But due to the fact that he has an Ice Barrier here, I wouldn't actually be surprised to see Freemka divert all of his units over here, and at the very time, Mora to attack up to the left. Here we see this timeless one finally moving up. And these tremors, even though that tremor is going down, looks like he should be able to get this well down quickly. There it goes. And looks like Freemka's basically lost all of his wells that he started with, and at this point in time, it actually put Freemka in a disadvantage because he should be running pretty low on charges at this point on things like Templars and War Eagles, while Mora has tons of tremor charges left, as you can see here. There's 3 tremors, and there's also a timeless one. But looks like he's going to be able to get this tremor down with War Eagle Speech. Good job of Freemka. But whether or not he'll actually be able to stop these following 2, I don't really know. As you can see here, Freemka kind of has 200 power put in Sages, Templars. Right now, they're currently only be used for healing, because I doubt Mora is going to be using War Eagles at all in the rest of this game, unless he runs out of tremor charges completely, or timeless ones. There we see North Star again, and this is really his chance to put a lot of damage on Freemka, that is. And I've noticed something. I haven't really seen home soil from him almost this entire game. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. Oh, there's actually home soil right now. So the home soil plus North Star combination really could have been his chance to get rid of all these tremors. And here he'll have that chance again, especially because Mora missed several of these units, and if Freemka really moved these forward, he would have a much better chance of kind of saving this, or if he was able to attack, and here he put a lot of pressure on Mora, forcing him to divert his resources from just attacking. But at this point in time, it doesn't look like there's much chance. Oh, there goes 2 tremors. Doesn't look like there's much chance to save that orb. There it goes. But he is going to lose all 4 of those tremors, except for the one he just summoned and Thomas went up north. Still, here we see Freemka with 500 power in War Eagles, which is really something I can't see Mora stopping very easily, or possibly at all, based on the amount of power he has right now. It looks like he's trying to go in for the finish as fast as he can. There we see Freemka put another tier 2 up, and a very good glyph up top was able to save him. Oh, there we see timeless one freeze all 5 of these units. He must be very glad he brought it along at this point. I'm surprised you haven't seen a glacier shell. There we see right there, actually perfectly timed with that tremor's ability and able to save the orb. And as soon as these War Eagles come out of freeze, they should be able to kill this tremor no problem.
A power well is under attack.
Down here we see this well is in trouble, as well as Freemka's finally putting the pressure on Mora down here, and it should force him to divert some of his attack resources. But it looks like he was able to spawn another tremor off of that Ice Barrier's ground presence. And there we see Freemka is still stuck in tier 1, and there he should be able to get his tier 2 up here, but he's going to lose this well also. At this point in time, Freemka has lost a lot of power, and as you can see, he has less than 400 void, but he does have a large portion of power inside of his units. Even so, I'd put Mora at an advantage here, especially if he's able to take out these War Eagles. If he's able to do that, he looks like he's home free to both survive and win the rest of the match. And there we see a good defense by Mora is actually able to save that mine with 700 health left.
monument is under attack.
And we see up here, finally, this fleet of War Eagles coming down, and Freemka was able to save as well. Not that it really mattered. It ran out anyway, and his other well that he got destroyed only had 21 left. Still, the other well that Freemka kind of rebuilt here has only 20 power left. It should actually break soon. If Mora is paying attention to that, he shouldn't focus that well at all after he's able to get this orb down, if he's able to. There we see the War Eagle fleet again, crowd controlled. He's really having a hard time putting all those War Eagles used to the fact they're incredibly slow. I mean, he can kite them very easily, and he can basically every 30 seconds he's getting cold snapped for 20 seconds. Meaning they only have about like 10 seconds of attacking in out of every 30 seconds of being alive. Here we see though he's finally outputting the use, and this tremor goes down incredibly quickly. There we see a very courageous Templar attempt to take on these War Eagles over here. It looks like he actually may be able to get one due to the fact that Freemka's not really retreating him. He really could have saved that one, but at the same time, it looks like Mora lost his own Templar. Not that it really matters, because the person that matters more for charges right now and for keeping units alive is Freemka. Especially the fact it looks like Mora has started to actually rebuild wells, realizing that he might not be able to finish this match before the time limit, and thus he would need to win on power. Though he has a hefty advantage right now, a full 1,000 power ahead, and based upon the current situation and the large amount of void and Mora's pool, I would say he's very well poised to win this matchup. And even if he starts losing wells and orbs left and right, he very well could stall long enough to get this to 30 minutes. Especially because I'm very much impressed that Freemka is still alive at all after that very large tremor offensive that Mora put on. And here we see Timeless One, the fantastic defensive that it is, like grinds this offensive to a halt until I can get reinforcements coming in from this side, after he was able to stop these War Eagles over here. Here we see Stormsinger bring this bring these War Eagles down. Actually, I can't see both of these actually being brought down by the Stormsinger, so I'm guessing that Mora has both Gravity Surge and Stormsinger in his deck, which kind of seems to be the reason why he only has a 2-card tier 3 instead of also having Silverwind Lancers.
A monument is under attack.
And here it looks like Mora is able to defend his orb very well, and he seems in very little. He seems poised to win this, and doesn't seem in any way, shape, or form in a position to actually lose any of his orbs very quickly, especially due to the fact that he has his power flowing in so fast. The Stormsinger should take care of this War Eagle very easily, and this other one should go down to that Templar. And up top, it looks like Freemka could lose yet another well, their Tremor. There, it looks like the Tremor is going to get cold snapped. We're actually going to taking more damage than usual because of the North Stars. But even so, I'm pretty sure it's going to be able to get out of that cold snap before it dies, and it might actually be able to kill the wall. Oh, looks like I'm going to be wrong because he uses a very smart Frostbite and is able to get it down. But still, Freemka's well is not in a very good position, and I'm unsure if he's going to bother healing it. Oh, he does, but he really doesn't have the power to actually defend his cluster now. Still, Mora's attacking with 2 Sky-Off Templars that really aren't going to be useful at all in actually destroying anything, due to the fact they can only attack that single War Eagle. There was a Screech by that War Eagle. I really can't see how that was needed. The fact that he really could have killed it just normally. It seems like more of a waste of 45 power than anything. Here we see another Stormsinger by Freemka. I would say at this point he's definitely out of War Eagle and Sky-Off Templar charge, which is why he has to spam these over and over again. But had Mora brought forth War Eagles, he could make very quick work of all of these Stormsingers. especially due to the fact that it is a giant pain to individually click for every single one of them to gravity surge a large portion of your War Eagles, while at the same time 2 War Eagle Screams would be able to kill all 4 of them. There, one goes down in the Tremor, and this Tremor should die without actually getting this orb down. And it looks like Freemka is going to be able to attack again. But at this point in time, I really can't see this attack being anything but a stalling tactic with only 4 minutes 30 seconds left in the game. You can see that Mora has 3 wells here and his original 2 at the bottom have run out a while ago. And he kind of left this timeless one behind, which I wouldn't be surprised for him to start bringing over now to defend on this side. And it seems that even with Freemka possessing a large portion of defensive units, that Mora's still going on the offensive, and that War Eagle Scream just barely misses that Tremor. And here we see a cold snap that if Freemka cannot stop it, and doesn't look like he has the power, looks like he's going to lose this well to this Tremor. Or not, seems like the ability decided it was going to attack the orb instead of hitting the well. But it looks like he's going to lose this orb right here. Yep, there it goes. And he's also in very bad position to actually save as well. Still, he's just barely able to save it. But at this point in time, he has a single well and a single orb with less than 500 void power, and units that are going to die pretty quickly, especially if Mora can get up a second War Eagle. On this side, Freemka's offensive has grind to a halt. He actually lost.
A monument is under attack.
And here we see Freemka actually doing a very good job of attacking, due to the fact that his units are bunched up. They're actually taking a large portion of all their damage there. It's actually due to the orb and its splash damage. And here we see he kind of spread him out as if he could have avoided Timeless one's ability. I can't really see how he thought that was going to work out. And this Timeless one itself very well could defend against this attack with the help of the orb, due to the fact that these units are incredibly clustered. And here it looks like Freemka's going to lose his one and only well left. Oh, he saves it with a Cobalt trick. And I'm sure that that went through literally half a second before the well died. And here we see he summons that Mora has summoned a Tremor, and at this point in time, Freemka is probably out of units and out of power. It appears like he has a very good chance of losing this orb, but due to the fact that there's 2 minutes left, he might be able to spam something like Master Archers and run him off for this corner of the map to be able to survive. But there's no real chance of him making up this power deficit, being down over 1500 power in the overall scoring. And here we see another Mountaineer. Mountaineer does absolutely fantastic against wells. There we go. I believe that's 330 damage per 4 or 5 seconds. Meaning it's very capable of killing wells and orbs by itself. Here we see he gravity surged that Templar. I'm kind of wondering why. Especially because he has no flying units around, and it's kind of just binding power for Freemka. So at this point in time, Freemka really should consider to run that Templar away just to save it and get to 30 minutes. So even though he can't win at this point in time, it's just kind of something you do. Oh, and here we see that Stormsinger died for War Eagle Screech. Not that looks like it's going to be able to do anything, especially because all of his defending units were just frozen by that Timeless one. And there goes that orb. Even as he lost it, Freemka has less than 100 power, and his other orb is a short distance away, but there's only 40 seconds left, and it looks like he's just going to be able to make it. At this point in time, Mora really doesn't even have to turn this match into a unit spam, killing over and over, or even destroying an orb and remaking it multiple times. Oh, look at that. Actually a very good idea by Freemka, and maybe something he should have utilized earlier. Summoning Master Archers, using Wintertide, and he almost killed that Tremor with it. Even so, he was able to get the area Ice Shield on it and save him. And there goes his last orb, due to the fact that he has Ice Barrier up here and flying it left, he's able to survive to the end. Still, looks like Moro wins on power, winning by about 1500, and he had a comfortable lead the entire match, even from the beginning. And Freemka did a very good job of hanging on, and he almost turned the tide about 8-9 minutes in with that Ice Age driven offensive when he had those very diverse groups of units, but in the end he really wasn't able to turn it around, and as soon as Moro was able to get tier 3, the game was basically over. Overall, thanks for watching.